do like the thinking. We're going to go down to the nitty gritty of vinyl, okay? So many people get confused of calendars, mil thickness, masking, what is liner, what is the adhesive, blah, blah, blah. So we're starting from the very get-go. If you are someone that's never dealt with graphics, now is the time to understand before you guys order online, this is the information you guys need to know. Okay, so we've got lined up here, this is just a small little section. These are cut down rolls. We've got every brand that we sell on this table. I want to start off with just going through some of this. You've got your 2 mil cast material. Here at Eagle, we do not sell anything that's calendared. If you hear anyone talk about calendared film, whether you're ordering it online or going through someone, if they say, yes, this is a calendared film, do not allow them to put that on your car, especially on a horizontal surface, anything else. That can definitely bring some major issues. It will shrink and it's cheaper vinyl. So for those that are buying online, and you say, well, I can get this for $50 and it's a bumper to bumper stripe for a Mustang, you're probably getting what you're paying for. It's probably cheap vinyl. Don't go for it. Go with something else. Same thing with tools. You guys have tools, normally you go for the higher end because you know it's a better product, correct? Well, here you go, same thing with vinyl. We've got the 2 mil cast material. We have 3M, we have Avery, and we have Retrama. All of it is cast material. It is built for the sides of cars. You have a 5 to 7 year warranty with this product. That, of course, is not going to cover if you scratch across it, things like that, but it's just going to cover if the graphic is fading or anything like that. Now, if you put this on a horizontal surface like a rally stripe, it does not have a warranty, so that's important to know. Most guys for this, they will install it wet. If you're old school, you can still install it dry, but plan on some bubbles being in it. So if you ever hear about us saying a wet install, that's a regular 2 mil cast material. So with that, this is the paper liner at the back side. You got your adhesive that lays down on the silky smooth side, and then you've got your top surface. If this surface is silky smooth, it is not an air release product. So that is important to know. Some of you guys will call up and say, well, I don't know if this is just a regular 2 mil or if it's wrap material. Go to the liner. That's your first thing to go to. If you pull back on an air release product, I hope you guys can see this, there's little grooves in both the liner and the back of the material. If you see this, that is a dry install only. What happens is, if you guys are to install a wrap film wet, you can cause many, many issues. We've had guys that have rusted out the actual surface of their vehicle. It will trap the moisture. If you guys use anything that has a, say like a gel or something like that, it can actually etch the paint because it gets trapped in all those grooves, and that's something that's just going to tear up your ride. So if your installer says, well, I'm going to install this wet because the manufacturer says so, that manufacturer's lying. You cannot install this stuff wet. You can, but you're going to jack up your ride. Or in this case, that installer is going to jack up the ride. Now, the benefits to the wrap film is it's a great install. It's made, you can use it actually on horizontal surfaces. It's made to last as long as you're taking care of it. You're not putting crazy waxes or anything like that in it. Both of these vinyls, if you're using any kind of a wax or a wash that has a lot of polymers, silicone, all that in it, it will destroy this film. So you guys need to know, make sure that you are finding something. We sell a wash and wax and a sealant that is built for the vehicles. We'll get into that here in just a bit. But as far as it goes, 2 different kinds of material, something to know. All right, the other thing we get, masking. For us with masking, we go through many trials of masking. When we design and manufacture kits and we are going between air release product, non-air release product, we have to figure out what mask is going to work. We have found out that a blue mask does not work on an air release product. It will not stay on the top surface. Whatever the coating is on that top surface, it wants to come right off. So we had to go through and we found a nice frosted mask that can do that for us. It will actually adhere, so say a Camaro kit that actually has a voided stripe, this mask is strong enough to stay on top of that air release side. So where those little grooves were that I was just showing you, this product works for it. Now, guys say, well, what about tunneling? What about this? What about that? Well, the way we actually test these things, we actually put them on a kit, wrap it up, box it up like what we would ship to you guys. We chuck it out in our car, and for anyone that doesn't know where we are, we're in Kansas. It's 150 something degrees outside in the summertime. That's how we test it. It's no different than us shipping it going in a freight truck and heading towards you. Well, that's how we test it. We put it in there for a week, pull it out, see if it works. We try our best and make sure that the product that we're sending out to you guys is the best product. Anyone that comes against that, I would love to see their product and we can test it, and we would even do it here on video. Now, the wet install, as I'll say, the 2 mil cast material, any of our kits is normally going to come with a blue mask on it. Now, when guys are getting their kits, a lot of them go, well, I ordered a yellow kit and you guys sent me a green kit. Well, this is how simple this is. If you take blue and you put it over yellow, it turns green. We're going back to elementary. Okay, make sure you're reading the box. If you have a question on, well, I don't know if this truly is the color you say it is, just pull back a little bit of the corner of the mask. Don't rip off the whole mask to take a look at it. If you guys have questions on that, feel free to let us know. But this is important, especially for retail people. If a customer says, well, you sent me the wrong color, more than likely if it has blue mask on it, it's going to change that appearance. If this was red, your actual kit is going to look black with the blue mask on it, okay? Now, we kind of covered just quickly over the masking. We also have specialty films. Got to show those. So we've got a carbon fiber and there's a titanium brush. Now, in the carbon fiber, there's actually a textured surface. So it's not silky smooth. So when we have a mask that's trying to stick to this, it's only getting 50% of that adhesion. Same way with the brushed aluminum. Okay, both of these are air release products. They actually have the grooves in the back. There's a little pattern on both, so I know that this would be a dry install. Now, we have struggled trying to get a mask to truly work for an R-Sport, or not an R-Sport, but carbon fiber, say like the R-Sport kit, where there's a 1/4 inch stripe around it. A lot of problems with the mask, because the masking that we were trying to use in the heat would shrink up on the kit. So we have now found a mask that we have been studying and trying and everything else that we believe will work perfect for it. So we're getting that issue taken care of.